Can one small walking habit be the difference between independence and injury? Why are so many older adults still falling, even when they're trying to be cautious? And what if you could reduce your risk of a fall starting today without needing more strength or speed? As we age, it's not always the big events that change our lives. It's the little things. A simple slip in the kitchen, a missed step on the sidewalk. One unexpected fall can lead to a broken hip, weeks in the hospital, or even the heartbreaking loss of independence. This isn't fear-mongering. It's the quiet truth that many seniors live with every single day. But here's what most people don't realize. There are specific, simple ways to walk that can significantly lower your chances of falling, regardless of your age or physical condition. That's what this video is all about. We're going to walk you through 6 walking habits recommended by physical therapists and aging experts. Habits that are actually helping thousands of older adults stay upright, mobile, and independent well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. These aren't flashy trends or quick-fix gimmicks. They're real practical changes you can make immediately, often with no special equipment or training. If you're between the ages of 60 and 85, or if you love someone who is, you'll want to hear each one of these steps in full. By the end of this video, you won't just know what the techniques are. You'll understand why they work, how they protect your most fall-prone muscles and joints, and what you can do starting today to feel more confident on your feet. And maybe, just maybe, you'll stop believing that declining balance or awkward gait is something you just have to accept with age. Ready to feel safer with every step you take? Let's begin. Step 1. Head position. Awareness. Most people don't realize this, but your head works like a steering wheel for the rest of your body. Wherever your head points, your posture and your balance tend to follow. That's why one of the most common walking mistakes older adults make is looking down too often or for too long. It might seem harmless, even wise. After all, you're trying to watch your step. But here's the catch. Tilting your head downward for extended periods, especially during a walk, can quietly shift your entire spine out of alignment. Your spine begins to round, your shoulders collapse forward, and your entire center of gravity shifts. This seemingly small change puts increased pressure on your hips and knees, and just as importantly, it limits your ability to clearly see what's ahead. When your head stays tilted downward too long, you're more likely to shuffle your steps, trip, or miss uneven pavement, curbs, or small obstacles entirely. It throws off your alignment, often without you noticing, and that's when falls can sneak in. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying you should never look down. Of course, you need to be aware of what's under your feet. But physical therapists and experienced walkers often recommend a simple technique called the 80-20 rule. Here's how it works. Keep your eyes facing forward about 80% of the time, looking approximately 10 to 15 feet ahead of you. For the remaining 20%, glance downward briefly to scan for hazards, then return your gaze forward. This habit does 2 key things. It keeps your posture upright and sharpens your balance, giving you more time to adjust to whatever's in your path. Let me share a quick story. Ellen, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Arizona, used to feel unstable every time she walked down her driveway. She thought it was just part of getting older, but her son noticed that she always stared down at her feet. Concerned, he brought it up during a visit with her physical therapist. The therapist taught Ellen to lift her chin just slightly and focus her vision ahead, not straight down. Within 2 weeks, Ellen said her walks felt noticeably smoother. Even better? The stiffness she used to feel in her neck and shoulders started to ease up. She hadn't realized how much built-up tension was caused by the simple act of looking down. That's what makes this adjustment so powerful. It's not just about what you see, it's about how your body organizes itself around your vision. When your head is aligned, your spine naturally follows. Your core engages. Your entire walking frame becomes more stable, without you even thinking about it. And that's really the goal here. Not just avoiding a fall, but walking in a way that actively supports your body with every single step. So if you've ever felt unsteady on your feet or catch yourself constantly watching the ground, take this seriously. Shift your gaze forward. Let your vision lead your movement, not your fear. Sometimes the most meaningful changes start with something as small as where we choose to look. Step 2. Arm swing rhythm. One of the most overlooked tools for balance while walking isn't in your legs, it's in your arms. When you stop swinging your arms, or when you hold them stiffly by your sides, you're quietly removing one of the body's natural balance stabilizers. And as we get older, we need every bit of stability our body can offer. Think of your arms as your arms are more than just passengers when you walk. They're part of your body's natural counterweight system. When your right leg steps forward, your left arm swings forward. When your left leg moves, your right arm follows. This crisscrossing pattern isn't random. It plays a critical role in helping your body stay balanced with every stride. It's not just about rhythm, it's about redistributing your momentum so you don't feel like you're leaning or tipping to one side. That gentle motion keeps your center of gravity steady and your posture more aligned. But here's where things start to break down for many older adults. Over time, arm swing tends to shrink or disappear entirely without us even noticing. Why does this happen? Sometimes it's physical. Shoulder arthritis or past injuries can make movement uncomfortable, so we start limiting motion to avoid pain. Other times, it's something as simple as habit. Maybe you're always carrying a bag or cane in one hand. Over time, one side just stops swinging. But perhaps the most common reason? Fear. After a fall or even a close call, many older adults begin to subconsciously brace themselves. The body stiffens, arms tighten, and movement becomes rigid. But that stiffness doesn't keep us safer. In fact, it throws off the entire walking pattern and increases the risk of imbalance. Let me share Joseph's story. He's 81 and lives alone in a quiet town in Oregon. After a minor fall, he started using a cane for extra support. But instead of helping, his balance seemed to worsen. When we talked, I asked him how he used his cane. He admitted that his right arm wasn't swinging anymore. It just gripped the cane and stayed still. His physical therapist showed him how to alternate cane use with simple arm swing exercises. That one change made a huge difference. Joseph says he hasn't stumbled even once since adjusting his walking pattern. So how can you apply this? It starts with a little arm awareness. As you walk, allow your arms to swing naturally. Keep your elbows slightly bent, your hands relaxed, and your shoulders loose. There's no need to overdo it. This isn't speed walking, but aim for a gentle, rhythmic flow. Some people like to count their steps in sync with their arm swings to make sure both sides are moving equally. And here's something to remember. Even if one arm doesn't swing well due to past injury or stiffness, swinging the other arm still helps. Just one actively moving arm is better than none. It helps anchor your momentum, center your weight, and support your stride. If you've been finding this video helpful so far, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Just hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss practical tips designed to keep you or your loved ones safe and strong. Step 3. Heel-to-toe landing. When it comes to walking safely, how your foot lands can mean the difference between steady movement or a sudden, dangerous misstep. Believe it or not, the way your foot hits the ground can quietly determine whether you stay upright or end up on the floor. And yet, many older adults gradually shift into a flat-footed or toe-first walking pattern without even noticing. Over time, that subtle change can slowly chip away at their balance and stability. So what's the ideal way to walk? In a proper healthy stride, your heel should strike the ground first. From there, your weight naturally rolls forward through the foot, across the arch, through the ball, and finally out through your toes, which gently push you into the next step. This smooth heel-to-toe motion does far more than just look good. It helps absorb impact, keeps your stride aligned, and most importantly, reduces the chance of your toes catching on the ground, a common cause of trips and stumbles. But as we age, a few things start to interfere. Joint stiffness, especially in the ankles and hips, can make us hesitant to land on our heels. And if you've ever had pain while walking or felt unstable, you know how easy it is to shift into shuffling. The problem? Shuffling, although it feels safer in the moment, is actually one of the biggest culprits behind toe stubs, stumbles, and awkward falls. Take Doris, for example. She's 76 and lives with her daughter in Michigan. After 2 falls in the kitchen, each one caused by seemingly nothing, her family started paying closer attention. During a video call with her doctor, her granddaughter asked her to walk across the room. That's when they noticed it. Doris was walking almost entirely flat-footed. The fix wasn't complicated. Over the next few weeks, Doris practiced heel-first walking, using the kitchen counter for support. Slowly but surely, her stride began to shift. And to her surprise, not only did her walking improve, but her knees started feeling better. Why? Because when you land with your heel first, your muscles engage in the right sequence. Your calves activate, your hips shift, your legs work together like they're designed to, like a well-oiled machine. So here's a simple tip. Next time you walk, focus on letting your heel touch the ground first. You don't need to exaggerate it. Just a soft, natural motion. Want to take it a step further? Try placing a small towel on the floor and walk across it slowly with bare feet. Feel the heel make contact, then roll through to your toes with each step. This trains your nervous system to re-establish the proper pattern. And don't worry if it feels odd at first. Your body knew how to do this for decades. It just needs a gentle reminder. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And once that heel-to-toe rhythm returns, your risk of falling drops significantly, sometimes without you even realizing why. Step 4. The power of small steps. One of the most overlooked strategies for preventing falls isn't about walking faster or stronger. It's about the size of your steps. One of the most underestimated habits for preventing falls is surprisingly simple. Take shorter steps. At first, it might sound too basic to make a real difference. But the truth is, the length of your stride has a major impact on how balanced and stable you stay while walking. And for many older adults, adjusting that one thing can change everything. Longer steps may feel natural, especially if you were once a brisk walker or used to covering ground quickly in your younger years. But after age 70, those longer strides can quietly become risky, often without you realizing it. Why? Because when you reach too far forward with your leading foot, your center of gravity shifts behind you. That throws off your balance, adds unnecessary strain on your knees, misaligns your hips, and reduces your ability to react quickly if something unexpected happens, like a loose rug, a crack in the sidewalk, or a sudden moment of lightheadedness. On the other hand, shorter steps help keep your weight directly over your feet, giving you more control, quicker reflexes, and better overall stability. You stay more connected to the ground. Your upper body moves less, which makes things easier for your inner ear and balance system, both of which become more sensitive as we age. Think about how toddlers walk when they're learning. Their steps are tiny, their arms out for balance, and they stay close to the ground. Why? Because they're building stability before speed. And as we age, we'd do well to borrow that same wisdom. Take Larry, for example. He's 79 and lives in Florida. After his wife passed, he started walking more to stay active. But he developed a habit of reaching with his steps, thinking it would get him to his destination faster. Instead, he kept stumbling, even in familiar places like his own front porch. A physical therapist suggested he shorten his stride and gently increase his walking cadence. Within days, Larry noticed a difference. He hasn't fallen since. In fact, he says he feels less tired now because his muscles aren't constantly working overtime to correct imbalance. Here's a helpful trick you can try. Take a walk on a flat surface and count how many steps you take in 10 seconds. Then try again using slightly shorter steps. If your step count goes up a little, that's a good sign. It means you're moving with quicker, more compact strides, which is exactly what you want. And if you're using a cane or walker, the same principle applies. Don't extend the aid way out in front of you. Instead, move it just slightly ahead of your foot, keeping all movements compact and close. Your body will thank you with better balance, less fatigue, and greater confidence in every step. If you're still watching and these tips are helping you, please comment number 4 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell. Your support helps us keep creating content that empowers and inspires. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. Go ahead and hit that button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support truly helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs and inspires. Now, let's move forward. Step 5. Core strength is balance strength. Here's a secret most seniors overlook. Your core is the unsung hero of walking safely. While most people tend to focus on the legs, knees, or ankles when thinking about fall prevention, the truth is that real stability begins at the center of your body. Your core isn't just your abs. It includes your abdominal muscles, lower back, and even the muscles around your hips. These areas work together like a built-in support system that keeps your spine upright and your entire body steady with every step. But what happens when the core weakens? Everything else overcompensates. Your leg muscles tense unnecessarily, your posture collapses forward, and your walking gait becomes unstable. That's when those small stumbles or unexpected wobbles start sneaking in. Now for the good news, you don't need to do crunches or join a gym to strengthen your core. You can train it gently and effectively right from home. Here's a simple exercise that works wonders. Stand near a sturdy chair or countertop. Gently lift one foot just a few inches off the ground. Hold it for 5 seconds, then switch to the other side. Do this a few times throughout your day. This small act wakes up your core and signals to your brain, "Hey, we're working on balance now." Another trick? As you're brushing your teeth or walking down a hallway, slightly tighten your stomach muscles. Just gently pull your belly button in toward your spine. Hold for a few seconds and release. It's subtle. No one will even notice, but your core will. Take Mary, for example. She's 82 and used to fall regularly while tending to her garden. After adding these mini core exercises into her daily routine, she told me something unforgettable. "I feel glued to the ground." In the best possible way. That invisible sense of stability, it starts from deep within. So don't think of core strength as something reserved for athletes or younger folks. Think of it as your secret weapon. A strong center creates balance, and balance brings freedom. The freedom to walk confidently without fear. Let's keep going. You're doing great. Ready for step 6? Step 6. Awareness of floor patterns and transitions. Sometimes it's not the big obstacles that trip us up. It's the subtle, barely noticeable changes underfoot. One of the most overlooked fall risks for older adults isn't clutter or stairs. It's simply the transition between one flooring surface and another. As we grow older, our depth perception and reaction speed naturally slow, even if just by a fraction. That slight delay in processing can make a world of difference. Imagine walking from a well-lit room into a dim hallway, or stepping off soft carpet onto slick tile. In those moments, your eyes, your brain, and your body need time to recalibrate. And if that adjustment doesn't happen fast enough, your foot placement can falter without you even realizing it. Even seemingly harmless changes, like moving from hardwood to a rug, can throw off your footing. Why? Because everything shifts: the texture beneath your shoes, the amount of grip you feel, even the sound of your steps. If your brain isn't actively registering those changes, it's easy to become momentarily disoriented. So how do you stay ahead of it? There's a simple trick that works surprisingly well. Verbally label floor transitions in your mind. As you approach a rug, say to yourself, "Rug." Walking toward tile? Whisper, "Tile." It might sound odd at first, but this habit refocuses your attention and heightens your body awareness. It's like flipping a mental switch that says, "Pay attention now." Take Alan, a 78-year-old retired engineer. He nearly took a hard fall in his kitchen a few years ago. Since then, he began saying "tile" every time he stepped into the room. One rainy morning, the floor was slightly damp. and that one whispered word reminded him to slow down, just enough to prevent a dangerous slip. And there's another tip worth noting. Be cautious of high-gloss floors. While they may look clean and shiny, overhead lighting can create reflections that distort depth perception. That glossy glare might confuse your eyes and cause you to second-guess your next step. If your brain hesitates, your balance does too. So next time you walk from one room to another, don't let your environment catch you off guard. Tune into it. Announce the change in your mind. That simple act of awareness could be what keeps you steady, confident, and upright. If the floor beneath you is truly flat. And for those who wear bifocals, there's another subtle yet critical detail to remember. The slight shift in your lens can distort how the ground appears. It might not seem like a big deal, but that small visual distortion can make a curb appear lower than it really is, or a step seem like it's not even there. That's why it's so important to take just one extra second when approaching stairs, thresholds, or curbs. That tiny pause, that moment of extra caution, can be the difference between a safe step and weeks of painful recovery. If you're still with us and have found these tips helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment the number 6 below so I know you're here and still watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to hit that button and turn on the bell. Your support helps us continue creating practical, empowering content designed to inform, support, and inspire. Now, let's take a step back and reflect for a moment. You know, one of the most difficult parts of growing older isn't just what changes in our bodies. It's the worry that starts to grow quietly inside us. The fear of falling, the fear of not being able to get back up, the fear of losing our independence. It can weigh heavily, even when we don't talk about it out loud. But here's the truth. I want you to take to heart. You have far more control than you may realize. Each of these 6 walking habits we've shared with you today, every one of them, is simple, powerful, and fully within your reach. You don't need expensive equipment or a complicated program. You can begin today with nothing more than your own 2 feet and a few moments of awareness. Because when you take those first steps, literally and figuratively, you're not just protecting your body. You're strengthening your confidence. And confidence, in our later years, becomes one of the most precious gifts we can give ourselves. It leads to independence. It opens the door to living more fully, not just more carefully. So don't let the fear of falling take away your joy, your peace of mind, or your freedom. You can walk with strength. You can walk with steadiness. You can be the calm, confident presence in your own life, and maybe even a source of encouragement for someone else who's been feeling unsure or unsteady. You've got this. Truly. And a little awareness. The truth is, when you start making small changes like these, you're doing far more than just protecting your body from falls. You're reclaiming something just as important, your confidence. And with that renewed confidence comes something powerful, a deeper sense of independence. That independence isn't just about walking unassisted or going out alone. It's about feeling capable, grounded, and in control of your own life. And truly, in our later years, that's one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. So don't let the quiet fear of falling rob you of your peace of mind. You can walk with more strength. You can stay balanced. You can be the calm, confident example someone else might need, someone who feels stuck, unsure, or hesitant to take the first step. Now I want to hear from you. Did any of these tips surprise you? Have you already tried one of them before? Or is there one you're now curious to try tomorrow? We'd love for you to leave a comment below and share one insight you gained today and how you plan to put it into action in your own life. Your thoughts matter to us. Reading your comments not only encourages us, it fuels our passion to keep creating content that supports, informs, and uplifts this community. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support truly helps us continue building meaningful content for you and others. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, we wish you good health, happiness, peace, And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.